All right, guys, so one of the biggest reasons that I bought a 64 gig iPad Air 4, and one of the biggest reasons actually that I bought an iPad Air 4 was because of the USB-C port. I love the shape. I love that they went with the iPad Pro kind of shape and that all their devices are kind of going that way. That's great. I love the A14 processor without question, but I had an iPad Air 3 and performance-wise, it was actually really good. And for what I use an iPad for, it probably would continue to be really good for multiple years. But I sold it for a good price, and it was just a slight bit of an upgrade to buy this one. And really it's the USB-C port that was important, because I know that with the USB-C port, there's a lot of expandability. And I'm going to talk about the USB-C Hub, I guess, that I bought for it, so that you can actually attach all kinds of things to your iPad Air 4. And this should also work with the iPad Pro, as long as it has the USB-C port, I would think. Yeah, it says that right there, so yeah. All right, so we're gonna take a look at the USB-C hub that I bought, and we're gonna try it out and see how it works. Coming up. So I've got my iPad, I've got a little portable external solid state drive, and I've got a SD card. And these are really some of the things that you and I would probably want to be able to connect to, let's say, an iPad while we're traveling or even just at home, because we want to be able to offload stuff or we want to be able to import stuff, etc., etc. Now, if you were to go to the Apple store, for instance, and buy like an SD card reader, you could easily spend $30, $40, $50 on an SD card reader. You could spend almost the same amount for just a USB-C to USB-A. So instead, I was like, well, this is Canadian, for $45 minus, right now it has a $3 coupon, so $42, I got a USB-C hub, as you can see here, for iPad Pro, 6-in-1. Now there are some cheaper ones out there, but the cheaper ones for me were missing the SD card reader, so that was a big one. So this 6-in-1 USB adapter with 4K HDMI, so I can plug this out or run this out to a monitor with an HDMI. USB-C port PD charging, so this charges through its USB-C port, so you're still going to be able to charge through that USB-C port if you need to. 3.5-inch millimeter headphone jack, which is great because this it doesn't have a headphone jack. I just actually noticed that. No headphone jack. Is that right? Is that correct? No headphone jack? Really? Now I have a headphone jack, I guess. Is that right? What else does it have here? USB 3.0 ports, SD or micro SD cards, USB-C hub, and it works for the iPad Air 4, needs the 4, the new one, because that's the only one with USB-C, or the iPad Pro 2018s and higher. Also says Ultrabooks with USB-C port, and my guess would be really anything that has a USB-C port. So my MacBook should be fine with it as well. But this is it. So this is the little box that it came in. It's just tiny. Bonus for me, and you see those other ones with the little cables, and I have those that I have plugged into like my iMac. They have the little cable that kind of goes out to the hub. Very nice, but I wanted something that when this was kind of sitting in like this position, when it's standing, that it would plug into the port and just, it feels like just an extension, not something that's dangling off to the side. So that's why I went with this one. So we're gonna, this is the box, USB-C, HDMI, USB 3A port, SD card reader, micro SD card reader, headphone jack. Color is space gray. They didn't have a cool blue one, but it's okay. Sure, I'm a little sad, but I'll get by. I'll survive. All right, and you get, what is this? You get the this little fella, and you get, I'm not even sure, is this, I guess, whoa, you guys saw that? Came out to get me. This, I'm guessing, maybe it clamps on. I don't even know why. Oh, that's magnet. Oh, that's even cooler. So this attaches to your iPad. Check this out. Ready? You might not be able to notice it. It's magnetic. So not only does this attach nicely probably to your iPad, but because it's magnetic, it's going to be able to stick there even better. Let me just try this, because I didn't know that. So let's fold this up here. You guys hopefully, possibly, maybe can see that. Okay. Now, the one thing, this is the one thing that they don't show here that is kind of an issue, is that this is in a case, right? And I didn't even think about that. If this is in a case, this not gonna fit on very good with a case, right? So you guys can see that here, right? Because I have a case on here. That's not going anywhere. Nope. My question now is this deep enough? Okay, so good. Even with a case, because that's there, I was all like, uh-oh. But make sure you have a fairly thin case, not too thick, because see that connected, so that's good. So my question now is, I don't even know, is there an up and a down? See, there's your HDMI, right? There's your USB-C, which is gonna go in. There's your USB 3, micro SD, full-size HD, headphone jack, and your USB-C port. I'm guessing that's like maybe just your power light. Okay, it's going in that way. No, it's going in, yep. I want this normally to be on the top, so if a cable was running, I think, okay, that's going in that way. And this, possibly, it shows up, so that's good. Let's just see if I can get this in here. Ready? I think that's going in. And the real question is, so I have that connected. If I were to go to the Files program, Files, yeah, there it is, no name, right? Tap. Voila. There's the video that's sitting on it. Click. It's probably really large. Yeah, play. Did I hit the play button? There it is. It's playing. Nice. Yeah. And I could import that, move that around, all coming off that. Now the other thing, and we're gonna take this SSD drive, and because we're all like, oh, I don't have enough storage. Oh yeah, you guys may be able to see that, possibly. See the little blue light? There's a little blue light on there showing that it has power. That's cool. And this, we'll plug it in there. All right, and we got that, back, back, back. Can it do both at the same time? I grabbed this cable, and I'm not 100% sure if this cable actually even works. All right, so it's not showing both. Now, it could be this drive. I don't know for sure. Let's just plug this in, 1 sec. Okay, so that's going there, and I got a light. So this one though, plug in there, no light. No light anywhere. Okay, so let's undo this, because maybe it only has enough power to do one at a time, maybe. I don't know. Let's go back. Or maybe this drive requires too much power. Again, I don't know. Or maybe that USB-C port is just strictly for power. Maybe it's only a power port. That's also a possibility. Hold on, I'm gonna grab a different drive. 1 sec. Okay, first off, I'm trying just a different cable. So I have a USB-C to USB-A, because maybe that USB-C port is strictly for powering. So let's find out. So we're gonna plug this side into the USB-A port, okay? And this side into this. Oh yeah, see, now we get a light. So I'm guessing maybe this is strictly for charging. Now, yeah, see, Lexar SSD. There it is. I don't have anything on it, but it shows up. And I could have my card, I'm guessing, and plug that in. And no name. Yeah, so it looks like, unless this cable's not doing well, but it does, because I tried it on my laptop and it works fine there. So it looks like this is strictly a charging port, so PD. So I believe that stands for power delivery. So it's strictly for power, not gonna be able to plug in a drive to it, but USB-C to USB-A works good, which is nice because I could literally now transfer files from the SD card to the hard drive using the laptop. It just kind of goes right through. That's kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys there. Quick accessory, like $45 Canadian. It's probably even cheaper somewhere on the US site, stuff like that. But now this becomes even more functional because that 64 gigs of internal drive doesn't really matter. I got a 500 gig drive plugged into it. I got an SD card plugged into it. I'm good to go. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave links to this little guy. This probably really cool and useful if you don't have a case. So keep it, just in case you have those moments where you're caseless. Not me, I always run a case. But it works good with a thin case. Just watch the size of your case. If it's too thick, that USB-C may not be able to go in properly. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. Links down below if you guys are interested. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, my friends.